This is Brent with Lykins Motorsports, and first off, I'll say Happy New Year to everybody. I wanted to go over yet another build that I'll have going on. This is for one of my Dyno Mules that I like to call, and I know that I had one planned for a Pontiac, but it's hard for me after being, I guess, a Ford guy since, I don't know, 2001, 2002. It's hard for me to jump over to another engine family. So I think the Pontiac is going to go on the very back burner. And I was looking around the shop the other day and saw that I pretty much had everything, almost everything, to put a little small block Ford together for a Dyno Mule. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be, I guess I'll just go over the foundation of it. It's going to be a later model 5-liter block out of a 2001 Mercury Mountaineer. And I have filled it with block filler to the bottoms of the water pump holes for stability and cylinder strength. Been bored to 4040, and it's actually in the process of being machined, so we'll get that taken care of. But the crankshaft will be an Eagle steel crank with the stock stroke 3-inch stroke. I usually am not an Eagle fan. I had some bad experiences early on, and but I'm willing to take another look at them. And I found, actually bought this crank for about $200, brand spanking new. So if something happens to it, it's my engine, and there won't be any repercussions of it. So we're going to give that a shot. I have some custom Race Tech pistons in the bore size that we need to fit an inline valve head, and with a little bit of dome to them. And I ordered a set of custom aluminum connecting rods from R&R Connecting Rod in Punta Gorda, Florida, wherever it is. It's in Florida. And so I'll have those coming, and when I get that combination finalized, I'll have to show it to you, because it's a pretty unconventional piston compression height. But what we're looking at now is the set of cylinder heads that I've chosen for our small block Ford Dyno Mule. It's going to be about 310 cubic inches, and these are AFR 185 cc Renegade heads, and they come with their CNC intake port. They have a 202/16 valve package with an 8mm stem and a 58 cc chamber. So we're going to be looking at, I think, right around somewhere between 11 and 11.5 to 1 compression. These are set up for a hydraulic roller cam out of the box, so I'll have to ditch these springs and choose a valve spring package for the cam. And it just so happens that I do have the cam here. This is one of my custom solid rollers from Comp Cams. I have Comp grind my camshafts to spec. And this is a standard base circle, standard later model firing order 137-26548. And billet steel core. And we're looking at a 236/240 duration at 50 thousandths lift, and a 108 lobe separation. The valve lift is roughly 378, and if we multiply that by our rocker ratio, I'm going to use a 1/7 rocker, then we're going to have 640 gross lift. So just a quick tip there: when you order a camshaft from Comp, they figure the lift with the factory rocker ratio. So the factory rocker ratio is 1.6. So if I take my lobe lift 377, 378, and multiply that by 1.6, then I'll get 603, 604. But when I use the 1:7 ratio, it gives me a little bit more lift. So that is the cam that I'm going to use for this little engine. And you may be saying, well, that's not a lot of duration. And you would be right. But we're also working with just 310 cubic inches. And we're working with a really good cylinder head. So displacement and cylinder head performance plays a very, very great role in what the camshaft allows you to do. So this cam in something like a 408 or a 427 or 434 or something like that would be really small. But this cam, like I said, on a 289 or a 302, 310, it's going to make the engine want to pull some RPMs, which is what I like. So got those things. Let me show you the intake manifold we're going to use. So if you remember on the 363 bracket engine that I just built and dynoed, I used pretty much the same intake manifold. This is a Victor Junior, but it's marketed through Ford Racing. That's why it's got this Ford part number on it. Victor Juniors and Super Victors are non-existent right now. So I was able to snag a handful of these motorsport intakes, and I sent it to Joe Crane when I sent the other one down. And this one flows, I guess, an average of, here's 370 CFM, 367, 365, so in the mid 360s. Joe does excellent work. Runners are fabulous looking. So this will be the intake that all made up to the AFR heads. And also have a Mylodon Fox body oil pan and some other goodies. So Dyno Mules serve a lot of purpose, and I use most of my Dyno Mules to test camshaft and cylinder head situations. And that allows me to find little areas of horsepower. So when I find little areas of horsepower, then I can pass that on to you guys who I build engines for and send out cams to. So it's all about learning and gaining experience and doing more things. All right, just wanted to say I haven't forgotten about the tunnel port. I crammed a couple of builds in ahead of it on the dyno, and I do have a scheduled dyno appointment for this Friday, but we'll have to see how everything turns out, because we're expecting some snow and some 10 and 15 degree weather on Friday. So it's about an hour and a half drive for me to and from the dyno. So sometimes I'm not too keen on sticking somebody's $20,000 motor in the back of my truck and heading down the road where it could be icy or snowy. So we'll see how that pans out. But this is it. I don't know, have I shown you the carburetors? I think I have, yeah. So, nice setup. All right, guys, this is your buddy Brent with Lykins Motorsports, and we're going to hopefully grow the channel this coming year. We had a great year in 2021, thanks to you guys, and I've got a whole lot of builds coming through the pipe that you're going to want to see if you're a die-hard Ford fan, and we'll get those coming and show those off. But I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Tell all your Ford fans and buddies about the channel. And again, happy January 1st. And I wish you a good 2022. Y'all have a good weekend.